15. Do we still have one inside?
Sergeant, your name and badge number, please.
Sergeant Krinky, Sam 4. Do we have one inside? Just go and stand right there for me. Do we have one inside?
Badge number, sir?
Do we still have one inside?
No, he approached me and there ain't. He had no reason
15.
to walk out right into this.
Okay. Yep.
So that changes it. I'm sorry.
How's it going? Do we have one more in here?
No, he's waiting on the right. The other one wasn't out of line. I just asked him to leave and they wouldn't leave. My manager told me to call and get him out of here.
Okay. What were they doing?
He's abusing the machine after being asked not to.
Okay. What do you mean by that? Is he like damaging it or?
Yeah, beating on it hard enough it will damage it. He has in the past.
Okay. And was this the one in question?
No,
No? Okay.
it took taxes. Yeah,
That's all right, that's
it
all right.
didn't give us a choice because of the amount.
That's not worried about.
I'm sorry, it's the amount
Okay.
that would not.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want him not to come back in tonight. That's all I wanted.
Okay.
They were asked to leave. The manager said, I told him I'd call the cops if he didn't leave. And on the way out the door, there was some foul language used towards me. I don't care. They were just asked to leave for the night. When she turns around, the machine's rocking, and it'll be on tape.
Where's she now? Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was asked to leave for the day. And
Okay.
because
So you were with him?
No,
I work
she
here.
works here
Oh
too.
no, where's the female that he's with? Am I understanding that right? There was
There wasn't a
Two
female.
guys.
there's two guys.
Two guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was the witness to the machine run.
Okay.
She was the one that
Do we know where the other guy is right now?
was my understanding you had them both because all three of them were riding together.
No, there wasn't. PDSM 4.
Yeah, I withheld with no
It's
option on that.
Two males. It should be one of the other Hamlin brothers. Okay.
So-
Can I get your information, ma'am?
My name's Tiadon, TIA-DWN.
Don, you said.
Tia,
Do you have an ID on you? We'll just use Jennings.
$6,105.
All right. And what's your date of birth, ma'am?
12/22/74.
Okay. And so what happened? What kind of drew your attention to them? And
Well, they had been pounding on the machines a little rough. The one guy wasn't rude to me, but he was rude to her.
okay.
And then I was over wiping the pop machine, and then I heard what sounded like someone kicking the machine, and I turned and saw the machine going like this.
Can you show me which
gonna
machine?
set my-
Yeah, that's fine.
It was this machine,
Okay.
and I was just standing right there, and I think he kicked it.
Yeah. This looks like there's a bunch of scuff marks down there.
And I turned, like I said, and I saw the machine going side to side, or back and forth, and I came over, and I'm like, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to hit the machines like that.
Yeah. And then what did he say to that?
He didn't really say anything, he was just mumbling about having lost a bunch of money, and it's bull crap that, you know, he makes more than we do. And just,
Okay.
I wasn't
Was this the one wearing the red shoes then?
He was the one that looked like he was wearing a Carhartt, and he had
Okay.
like oil stains in the back.
Okay.
And he had like one of those hats on, like in the Victorian era, the newsboy hat or whatever.
Okay. Okay. So then what happened after that?
Sorry,
That's fine.
I'm just a little shaken up.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
So I have autism, so
That's okay. Take your time.
things get really. So yeah, I just asked him, and then he got up and he walked away, and then his buddy got up and walked over there. So I thought the one guy left, and then I went over, looked at the time so that I could have the time and the machine number, so that the manager could get on the camera to look and see what actually happened, since I didn't.
You just
I
saw the
just
aftermath
witnessed-
of it?
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Kick
then-
9 out. We don't need everyone here.
It sounds like the other guy was stable.
Yeah, this was the Hamlin brothers, so.
Oh, I didn't.
If, run their driver's licenses, and we'll get.
He drove off. The cab driver said he drove off. He was parked in the handicap spot.
Okay. We'll just keep him, whichever one we have right now.
I think that's Jesse.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
So you notified the manager of the incident, then what happened?
Yeah, so, well, I went over there and Penny had just come in because she had stepped outside. And I went like this so that she'd come around and talk to me. And just as she was going back there, the other guy, the one that didn't kick the machine, wanted his points off of his card. So I was getting his points off of his card while trying to nonchalantly let Penny know that something had happened. So then he went and sat down at his machine. And we went back and I explained to her what had happened. And then she says, call Chris. So I called Chris and I was on the phone with Chris while she was talking to him and saying, you need to get out. You're not kicked out for good. You need to leave tonight. You can come back tomorrow. I just need you to leave. And he kept arguing with her and cussing. And I mean, at first he
How
was
many
like,
times did she ask him to leave that you saw?
I don't know, probably 10-ish.
10 times?
It was quite a few
And
times.
he was
And
just
then-
responding by cussing and...
I wasn't really paying a ton of attention to that because I was trying to talk on the phone with Chris at the time.
Okay.
But he did curse.
Okay.
And then he was like calm for a second and said, I'm not mad at you, I just think this place is run crappy and stuff like that. And then he said that he could work with the machines and do something with them or something, I don't know.
Okay.
And at that time I was on the phone with Chris, and then someone just hit a jackpot.
Oh, did they? Is that what he's doing? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're trying to pay out the jackpot, we're trying to take care of this all at once, and it's just really overwhelming to me right now.
Okay.
But, so then, yeah, I was standing there, and then the other guy, because the one guy kept saying...
Who was the one that was yelling? Was he the one that was the same one that was kicking it with the oil stain on his back?
Yeah, he was the one that was yelling.
So he was the same one that Penny was trying to tell to leave and he
Yeah,
wasn't? Okay.
And the other guy was Jesse.
Okay, and is he the one in the red shoes?
I didn't look
Okay.
at the shoes.
Okay.
But,
So Jesse was not really
Jesse wasn't the one that was getting
causing the
kicked out
problems?
until
Okay.
after the fact, when we finally got the other guy to leave. I don't know what the other guy's name was.
Okay. And what was the other guy? Was he was the one wearing that, you said the flat, the
Well, yeah.
beanie type of
Well,
ear
it's
flap?
the kind that no, he's got like a newsboy cap. It comes
Okay.
out like this, and then it's connected, and it just kind of goes back. I don't know how to describe it.
That's okay. And newsboy. Okay.
I think it's called a newsboy cap.
Yep. And you said mostly you saw like a stain of oil on his back or
Yeah,
something?
he had like a stain
Okay.
on his back.
Okay.
And it looked like a Carhartt, like a tannish color.
Okay. All right. Anything else happened, Jenny?
Tia.
Oh, Tia. Sorry. I was looking at your last name. I'm sorry.
Well, then after the one guy, he just kept saying, I'm waiting for my ride, and Penny just kept saying, you need to leave, just... And then finally, we called you guys, and he just stood there while we were calling you guys like it was nothing. So then the other guy, Jesse, got up and was mad and ripped up his ticket and threw it and said he was never coming back, and then stood by the door while Penny was asking him, please leave. You need to leave.
Was asking Jesse too, or just David?
Jesse, after he was raising a commotion because we had people in here trying to relax and enjoy their evening.
Did any of them seem bothered by this that you saw?
I honestly wasn't paying attention to them.
Okay. Did it bother you?
Yeah, it made
okay.
me all shaky, but I get
But-
overwhelmed really easily.
Okay, but normally this is pretty relaxing place to
Yeah.
work and everything. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you get a customer that gets upset that they lost some money, or
Yeah, understandable.
but for the most part, it's not a bad job. It's really fun.
All right, Tia, this time. What's your phone number?
307-752-8297.
8297. Okay. Anything else that you saw that would be helpful for us to know?
I can't really think of anything besides they were both really touchy with the machines and kind of rough with them. But
Okay.
it was just the one guy with the hat.
The newsboy hat? Okay. Thank you, Tia. Where's, which Hamlin do we have?
That one's Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
Where's he right now?
He's right out front with Murray and Jay.
I just told them they can take off too. So
I know you are, honey.
Well, they're both being detained. Well, until we figure out where David is, but he's being detained right now.
it sounds like it's a breach of peace at the very least.
Well, we need to talk to her. So stay with Jesse. Tell the other two to leave. There's only going to be 5 of us here, so us 3 will be able to take care of
I'm
it.
not sure how what your thoughts are on this. It sounds like it was these guys were missing the key.
Did they get your information yet, ma'am?
No.
No. Can I get your last name?
Sauerbrei, Sauerbrey.
B-R-E-Y.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And first name?
Penny,
And then E-Y, or just Y?
N-N-Y.
And then Y. And what's your date of birth?
8th month, 2nd day of 66.
Okay. A good phone number for you, Penny?
Wyoming Downs phone number, or my personal or Wyoming Downs.
Just way, if we need to get just in touch with you, the best way to do that.
307-752-6487.
6487. Is that to you?
That's my
their
cell.
Okay. So have they asked you to kind of walk through what had happened?
Yes, they're just
Okay.
being over aggressive with machines. They were warned, and then the one was asked to leave for the night because he had a machine rocking back there and wouldn't listen to you. And I went back and told him to leave for the night,
That's fair enough then.
screaming, hollering, yelling at me, and cussing all the way out. And we're ripping them off. We're doing this. We're doing that. And
Yeah.
so he was told to leave several times, and I said, I'll call the cops. He said, fine, text me. So I did.
Tia said you asked them about like 10 times to leave. Does that sound about at least?
At least.
Okay.
And
About
my manager said to get it done, get them
Yeah.
out.
How long, like time-wise, was this whole?
Probably 3-4 minutes at least. And then the other one got up yelling and screaming at me, and I told him to leave too finally, and
Okay.
just said, you get out too.
Yeah. Did
So,
and did he the
yes.
second one?
It didn't take him very long.
Okay.
He's just pissed off at For
Mr.
one, the lost money, but this beating on the machines to the point they're rocking. We
Well, this
can't-
is your guys' property, and so yeah.
Yeah, and
Did
they
it-
interrupted my whole. Did you break my phone?
Sorry.
You break the phone and you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
So
And
if we'll have a
I know you just had a jackpot here, so you probably have a lot of paperwork to
I
go
do.
through. So that's good for him. But did it look like any of the other customers were bothered by this?
They weren't happy with it. They're all watching. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't need that disruption in
Yeah.
here.
Well, like Tia was saying, normally you guys are pretty a chill place.
We
and-
are.
Yeah, and you guys are really great in helping us. So,
I've been here over a year, and that's the first time I've had to call a cop.
yeah, well, that's a good track record. I'm sorry it had to ruin now.
I didn't want it to become any more aggressive.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did what you did. So,
Hello.
I got her information.
I'll leave him a card. The manager said that what they do is he'll review it, send it up to his boss, that boss reviews it, and if they want to credit the trespass or not, they're just
Okay.
okay. Out for 24 hours at this point.
Well, they were screaming filth at me about this
I
place
think it's
the whole time.
breach or disorderly.
10-4 for Sam 4 and Charlie 1.
Okay, I will. Okay.
Not quite the 18th yet.
Okay. Okay.
Get out.
What do you want?
His case number.
PD Sam 4. Can I get the case number, please?
Okay. No, I gotta write up.
421.
a report after I do this. Damn it. I hate when people act up.
Here's my card and case number for you.
Okay.
You can reference either one or get a hold of me and let me know what you guys want to do. And if they
Okay.
want
Yeah, and just for whenever you guys get to it, we'll just want a copy of that video for our own records as well.
I don't believe they'll give it to you without a warrant.
Okay, well,
And I'm
if
not
it,
mean, Chris will have this, but I don't believe they'll give a copy of because of the other patron's privacy.
okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get it. But if you could just pass on that we would like a copy. If they want to go that route, then please just let us know so we need to know, or if we at least know that that's the route that they want to go. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Penny.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So both of them, this is essentially what other employees said. So they're both back there, both the Hamlin brothers. It sounds like the other one that's wearing a Carhartt and a hat, he starts kicking the machine where the employee just sees it rocking back and forth. She says, hey, you can't do that. Essentially, he blows her off, doesn't acknowledge it. They move to a different spot. Then a verbal altercation, because this is Jesse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then a verbal altercation starts with David and the employees, and they tell David to leave. They said over the course of 3 or 4 minutes, 10 or more times, he refuses to leave. They say, we're calling the cops, you need to leave, and he still won't leave until after she already got on the phone with the police department. And then while they're doing that, he starts yelling and screaming and cussing to where they said all the other customers are turning around and watching. And then they tell him to leave, and he just stands by the door until obviously 15 shows up, and then he walks out. So
Sounds like
let's
breach and trespassing then.
let's do who's going to be 15 doesn't know any of the information, so why don't you just take primary since you talked to Penny as well. I'll do a supplement on yours.
Okay.
So David already left then, it sounds like. Okay. So then we'll just hook him for breach of peace and trespassing. So,
Okay. So you want to
unless you have a different opinion. My opinion, and he's a problem, right? We know that he's into stuff, right? We shouldn't be cutting brakes. He only walked out once officers were on scene. It's still in the process.
Right.
So it's in our presence.
Okay.
So unless you disagree.
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yeah. If this was the first time that we were dealing with these people, then we could go with citation, but it's a continued problem.
Even the manager, Chris, was like, I know these guys, they have an inability to follow the rules. So.
Yeah, and that's why we keep dealing with them over and over again, so that's what we'll go.
Okay.
So, sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Jesse. So, talking with my sergeant here, it sounds like there was a bit of an issue, pretty big, like yelling match going on, back and forth, some profanity used.
With me.
Yeah, after being told to leave too.
With me.
Yes, with you too.
And she looked at me and said, with me.
Well, we're not going to argue about it. I
No,
need you to
I'm
put
just-
your hands behind your back.
I'm just
You're gonna
asking
be
you.
under arrest.
I'm just asking. Okay.
Criminal trespassing and breach of peace.
Criminal trespass?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I've never been trespassed from here.
They asked you to leave and you didn't.
Sir, that's when this guy approached me.
Yeah, and they
I
asked
was
you to leave a
outside
lot
when
longer before that, right?
No, go talk to her,
I did.
please.
No, I did. This
No,
is what's
you didn't.
happening.
You've got the wrong fucking guy.
Okay, well, your brother's going to have a warrant too unless he wants to turn himself in.
For what?
Same thing.
Okay. You're gonna be sorry you did that, sir. And they're gonna throw it out. And you're gonna and
That's your opinion, and you're entitled to
no, it
it.
ain't an opinion.
And no, it is.
And then, no, it ain't. It's factual basis. There's cameras here.
Yep.
All right, we're going to go right around here to this car, okay? Slide SUV.
You guys remember what I told you? No, it's you. Remember what I told you about getting tickets? What you guys have to pay for them?
Go through circuit.
No, do Muni.
Do Muni.
Can you?
Well,
Trespassing.
no, you're right.
So right here in the front, there's a camera right up there. You have anything on you? It's going to stick me, stab me, poke me, hurt me in any kind of way?
Yes, I do. I have pocket knives and box knives in my
If we can find out what David has been driving in the past and put a bolo out for him, PC exists as well.
Sir, this is how you earn your money. This is how you earn your money. I don't believe.
Doing my job, yeah.
No, you ain't doing your job. No, you're not.
Okay, that's your opinion.
No, you're not. Can you tell him I'm going to jail? That's my brother. That's the one you're looking for. Yeah. You gotta push speakerphone because my phone fucking's jacked up.
Hi, David.
They're taking me to jail, bro. Breach of peace.
For what?
Breach of peace and criminal trespass, and it's all bull crap.
David, this is
The officer.
David. This is
That's
Sergeant Crinky.
You ain't
Would you be
going
willing to turn
jail.
yourself in as well?
I'm gonna have whoever officer is on duty.
David, would you be
I'm gonna
willing to
have
turn
his
yourself
fucking
in as
job.
well?
Put me on speakerphone.
You're on speakerphone.
Okay, who am I talking to?
You're talking to Sergeant Crinky.
Who the fuck are you?
I just told you my name.
So what?
So I have probable cause to arrest you as well, or you being willing to turn yourself in.
What kind of crack are you on, you fucking crackhead?
David, would you be willing to turn yourself in?
I'm not there. Why are you arresting me?
Okay, would you be willing to turn yourself in?
My brother either. For what reason?
For breach of peace and criminal trespass.
I'll come arrest you.
Okay, for breach of peace and criminal trespass, would you be willing to turn yourself in tonight?
Reason? Where are you at?
Wyoming Downs, where you just left.
Cranky said,
Okay, I'll be back there with my attorney, and you will be in jail yourself, sir. The fuck do you mean?
Okay, I appreciate you coming back to the scene.
What is your last name again?
I told you, Sergeant Crinky.
Crane?
sir, that's such a disgrace to, like, that's such a disgrace. And I don't believe you talked to that lady.
That's fine. That's your opinion.
I wasn't causing no scene, and if she tells you I was, she's a barefaced fucking lie.
Okay.
Let's go around here to this side.
Which side?
That side.
Sam 4. Criminal trespass and breach of peace. Right.
Hey, at least you guys did that. You know that.
We got a hold of David. He was very agitated, but he said he might be coming back, so
Horrid.
we'll see how that goes.
You know what he told me? You know what he told me? And matters of fact, since I'm going to jail, I would like a complaint form. Last time Officer Board put me back here with no seatbelt, and he told me I said, and it was from about the college to Main Street. And I said, sir, is this typical practice for you? He said, what's that? I said, do you normally put your people back here with no seatbelt? He said, well, we get tired of getting headbutted.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll be sure to pass that along. He'll be on tomorrow, too.
Yeah,
Just close the door.
I would like the complaint form, my paper form, please.
Okay, we'll get something going.
Go ahead and head out in case David shows up. What was the vehicle that you ran earlier?
I'm going to grab that real quick.
That Murray ran?
Or yeah.
It was a gold GMC.
Because that was here, right? Or where
He
was
said it was over at the Derby.
Or at the Derby, gold GMC.
Jesse
Okay.
told me they were over at the Derby and they walked over here, so I assume
That's
he
up to them.
skedaddled
The
back
manager's
there.
going to look into
Okay.
it.
Exactly.
Just go ahead and head out.
I don't want them. When they get together, they can be in hand.
Yeah, that's why do this one at a time actually works out for us.
You think he's going to come back?
We'll see. I doubt it because he said he's going to go pick up his attorney. So whoever that is.
I think last time they kept telling us kissing or something. They knew.
Chase will take primary on this, so. PD Sam 4. Charlie 1 will take primary on this. Paul 15 and myself will just stay here for a minute. You say anything worthwhile while you're outside with him? Besides his normal routine?
Basically, after I Mirandized him, he just told me, he's like, I'm not talking about anybody else. He's like, they talked to me about, like, I was touching the touchscreen and she got upset about it and she talked to me about it, but he said that they didn't ask him to leave or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. He's very upset about it.
Yeah, it sounds like just so you're on the same page. So, employees working next to Jesse and David. She said mainly David was the problem, so he's getting animated because he lost a bunch of money on one of the slots. She didn't see it, but she hears a banging noise and she turns around and sees one of the machines rocking, and it looked like he was kicking it. So she goes up and tells him, "You can't kick the machines." He blows her off and says that he makes more money than her, the same kind of Hamlin stuff.
Yeah.
Then they go to another part of it, another part of the Downs, and then they start. David has an altercation with one of the manager in there, and after the employee told the manager what had happened with the slot machine, she's like, well, you need to leave. He gets irate, starts screaming and yelling and cussing at her. She keeps telling him over the course of 3 or 4 minutes, you need to leave at least 10 times. He won't leave. And they're like, well, we're going to call the cops. And then he goes, fine, call the cops, essentially. and until she's on the phone with us, he won't leave. And then, while they're trying to get him to leave, Jesse pops up and starts screaming and yelling and cussing at him. And then they say, well, you need to leave too. You know, you don't need to leave forever, just for the night. And then he won't leave, and he's just standing by the door until you show up. So.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
That works.
So.
Yeah, he tried to walk past me and walk away. I thought it was.
Yeah, well, at first I thought there was a female, because that's what dispatch said, a female in red shoes or something like that.
As soon as I saw red shoes, I was like, okay, that's
yeah,
not common. I'm like, that's reasonable suspicion.
Yeah. Well, and they said the person is just leaving, and there's someone just leaving, so. Go ahead. Patch him through. This is Sergeant Krinky.
Crinky, do you want to be sued personally?
David, are you going to come and turn yourself in?
What the fuck do I need to turn myself in? Do you want to turn yourself in, sir?
I said I have probable cause to arrest you for criminal trespass and for breach of peace. So, David,
Sir,
I said I have probable cause to arrest you on breach of peace
I asked you a question.
and
One
criminal
question.
trespassing. Well, I'm not
If I
answering
turn
your
myself
questions.
in, are you willing to turn yourself in for all
David,
your
I just want to
cocaine
know if you're going to turn yourself in or not.
What the fuck am I turning myself in, sir?
I just explained that to you. For criminal trespass and breach of peace.
You need to get the cocaine out of your nose. I ain't turning my fucking
So,
self in for
David,
nothing,
could I
sir.
have
I'm
a...
high like
You said you're not turning yourself in? Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So, we'll just write a warrant for him.
It's easier.
Yep. PD Sam 4. Nope, thank you.
Go ahead.
He apparently changed his mind. He says he's not going to turn himself in. So we're going to clear from here. If he calls back in, you have my permission to hang up every time.
10-4, I don't know if you noticed, but I heard like an echo in the background, like he's almost in a bathroom or something talking to you.
Copy. I didn't hear that.